Hello guys, welcome back to Spice Channel TV. Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja on Tuesday handed off from presiding over the trial of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Kanu. Justice Nyako's withdrawal from the trial followed Kanu's application in open court requesting her to reuse herself from the trial due to her disobedience of orders of the Supreme Court. And at a resumed sitting, the IPOB leader had ordered his counsel, Nyako, to sit down while he made reference to the judgment of the Supreme Court where alleged bias against the judge was raised. Kanu tried, in fact, was really angry at this very issue. And his lawyer, Nyako, was trying to persuade the court to suspend the trial due to the fact that Kanu was denied the opportunity to prepare his defense. So Mazi Kanu himself rose from his seat and ordered Nyako, his lawyer, to sit down so that he can explain for himself. He said he does not have confidence in the court anymore and asked this Justice Binta Nyako to recuse herself, because she did not abide by the decision of the Supreme Court. And he knows that the DSS are fond of disobeying court orders. But for the court itself to refuse to obey an order of the Supreme Court is unimaginable, is regrettable, is condemnable. So he asked her to remove herself from this case. Although the prosecution counsel, Mr. Awomolo-san, had urged the court to proceed with the trial, Justice Binta Nyako said she was minded to recuse herself from the case and removed herself from the case. So yeah, she made a declaration where she said, I hereby recuse myself and remit the case file back to the chief judge. She said, it's happening, my country people. Mazi Kanu really stood for himself, at the courts. He spoke for himself. He was so angry with the judicial system. You see, people need to understand that this case is beyond her. So whoever that will replace her is either the federal government withdraw the charges, or the eternal discharge and acquitted judgment is confirmed, or the president comes in to discharge Kanu. The federal government are running away from this case. They are running away from this case. Better she resign than turn Nigeria to a mockery by trying to harm the Igbos by all means. She has done what Pius Pilate did. She has washed her hands from condemning somebody whom she feels did not commit any crime. Time will come when the youth shall rise and end bad justice in Nigeria and go after evil judges. They should continue damaging the country that was good until 2015. Nigerian judiciary is a shame. The judge is tired of this case. It's clear to her that they did not get him on any punishable crime with proof that makes it difficult for her to condemn him. Nobody should blame her. I pity the lady. They should free Kanu and save themselves this shame. This is a freedom for Kanu. A judge disobeying court order is funny indeed. This is very good of Kanu. The judge is too biased. Many people will later go to prison because of Kanu's case. And mark today's date. It is either a spiritual prison or physical prison. Time shall tell. Who is she to judge an innocent man sent by God to liberate his people? May God continue to bless Kanu. The problem with Nigeria is to understand the difference between foreigners and citizens. I have never seen the Immigration Service of Nigeria looking for overstayed foreigners in Nigeria, and those foreigners later tend to be a part of Nigeria. That is one of the key problems of Nigeria. After all, Nyako is not a native name in Nigeria, but a Ghanaian name. So how did she become a judge in Nigeria to determine the fate of Nigerians at first? Biafra is the only hope of Nigerians and also Igbos. It seems that Binta Nyako is even tired of being manipulated and controlled by the federal government regarding this case. She must be glad. She must be glad to stay aside from this case. Release the innocent man. Okay guys, these are reactions from Nigerians. Well, we've gotten report that the judge on Nnamdi Kanu's case have opted out of the trial following the outburst of Nnamdi Kanu that he had no confidence and trust in the judge. And in the middle of the Tuesday's proceedings, Nnamdi Kanu jumped up from the dock and ordered his lawyer, Mr. Aloy Ejimakor, to sit down for him to address the court. And in the uproar that ensued, Kanu took over the proceedings, announcing that he no longer had confidence in Justice Binta Nyako and demanded that she should rescue herself immediately. Although the federal government lawyer, Awo Milo San, objected to Kanu's request, and the judge insisted on recusing herself. Awomolo had argued that the order to open the trial was in line with a Supreme Court judgment. Then Justice Binta Nyako said she would prefer another judge to handle this trial, that she is tired. So the judge subsequently recused herself and ordered that the court case file be returned to the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, John Tosho, for reassignment to another judge. This Nnamdi Kanu's case is getting interesting as the day goes by, and I'm so glad that Nnamdi Kanu spoke for himself. I mean, it's time to say enough is enough. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a very intelligent man. He's not somebody that you can play with or toy with. You see, this federal government, they know what they are doing, and they are deliberately, slowing this case. They don't want Nnamdi Kanu to go out from that custody. So they are just bringing up forms of charges against him. And the most funniest part is that even the court that is handling Nnamdi Kanu's case is not following the orders from the Supreme Court. So tell me, if the court is not obeying orders from Supreme Court, a federal high court not obeying orders from Supreme Court, which is the apex court of all courts in this country, how will the DSS, how will the federal government obey the rulings from the courts? That is just it. So my country people, Nnamdi Kanu is pushing, and by the grace of God, Nnamdi Kanu will be released. They know what they are doing themselves. We don't need a biased judge to handle Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. It's just so terrible that Tinubu inherited this Nnamdi Kanu's case from Buhari, and he's hell-bent on making sure that he doesn't get released. I don't know what he seeks to gain in keeping Nnamdi Kanu in that custody. But I think what Nnamdi Kanu needs is a political situation, whereby a political solution whereby they can see to his release, because this judiciary is compromised. The Nigerian judiciary is compromised, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu insists that he would follow any path just to secure his release. So if they should come up with something to release Nnamdi Kanu. All those Southeast governors and politicians that are going around saying, oh, Nnamdi Kanu should be released, how far have they gone in their pursuit for Kanu's release? How far have they gone? What move have they made to secure Kanu's release? Or is it that they are enjoying the detention of Nnamdi Kanu? Or are they really benefiting from it? Like what IPOB has alleged, that some politicians, some Southeastern politicians and governors are benefiting from this Nnamdi Kanu's detention, and they don't want to release him. So guys, I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comments section. Thank you.